It's lost its spark compared to when KSI fought Joe Weller for the first time. Their rivalry was so interesting. It was drama-filled. It was just had everything. It had the backstory to it. It all started off with Theo Baker and Joe Weller having that backyard fight or whatever, with True Jordy commentating over it.
And we're going to be interested to see who presses the action first. Who's got the self-belief? And it's Joe Weller coming out swinging early doors. Oh, he's catching Malfoy big time here. Theo Baker keeping them hands up. He needs to...
Accuracy and 2 standing counts. Winner, Joe.
KSI claimed that he would fight the winner, and then one of the biggest amateur boxing events of all time was born in the face of Joe Weller versus KSI. Now, the build-up to this fight was insane. KSI was just crazy. They were both angry at each other. KSI was about to attack Joe Weller at the end of the press conference, and I can understand as to why, because Joe Weller really took the microphone off him and stole the show, kind of. Tip of the iceberg for KSI was when Joe Weller barged him at the end. That's when we really saw KSI go crazy, and he flipped over one of those bodyguards.
Time to expose this geezer as a pussy.
How you gonna call me a pussy when you made a song about a cat? Come on, bitch.
True. Hey, here we go. Everyone, how many times is he gonna call me a bitch? That's all he's got in his locker. The dumb prick.
Oh, okay. How about square-headed cunt? Me and you in the ring together, and
Finally.
I'll knock you out, bro.
Finally. So no longer you can hide behind that screen that you like doing.
Oh, what screen?
Finally.
What screen?
What do you mean, what screen?
What screen?
Yes, you make
What
videos
screen?
over a screen. You
What, you want to push me again?
Come on.
Push me again. You need drugs?
Drugs?
Do you need drugs to
No.
stay sane, bro?
What, antidepressants?
I'm not taking a piss.
Are you taking a piss out?
Piss?
That's exactly what you're doing.
Are you getting
How
the bread?
dare you,
Right,
bro?
what you want to do then?
How
Are
tall
you
I'm
right
going
now?
to say?
What event? This is upload, isn't it?
Imagine 8,000 people seeing your head absolutely crushed onto the
there's no way,
canvas.
there's no
and
way.
Weller, lift his hands up.
Till this day, that still remains one of the funniest and one of the best moments in YouTube boxing history. From then on, I think that's when a real beef between KSI and Joe Weller started, because Joe Weller was already angry at KSI for allegedly mocking mental health, and then KSI barged Joe Weller, and then it went crazy from there. The fight happened at Wembley Stadium, I remember, in 2018, where KSI defeated Joe Weller by technical knockout. Joe Weller claimed he underperformed, and I think a lot of people would agree, because all he did was shell up for the majority of the fight.
JJ looks fantastic here. He is beating Joe at his own game. But surely at the end of the fight, JJ has so much power. It's waved off.
But yeah, that's where YouTube boxing initially started off as. I have to say, it doesn't really feel the same ever since KSI versus Logan Paul won. This was before all the professional brand covered YouTube boxing. There was no Misfits, there was no Kingpin, there was no social clubs. KSI versus Logan Paul was slated to fight for the first time. And this was after KSI called out Logan Paul for the first time as well, and Jake Paul. KSI and Logan ended up fighting, and I have to say, I really, really loved this. Watched it live. It started off with Logan Paul controlling most of the fight, and then KSI coming back later in the fight, and it ended up in a majority draw. Deji versus Jake Paul was on the undercard. They are both the brothers of KSI and Logan Paul, and Jake Paul ended up winning via technical knockout as well. Deji was praised for putting up a good fight against Jake and giving him a bloody nose in the process. Most people thought Deji would get destroyed. There were also other YouTube boxing events that took place at this time, but these two stole the show, and they were the most important. Now, looking back on it, I think that's the last boxing event of social media that felt genuine. KSI versus Logan Paul 2, I feel like got ruined by the professionalism. I know that sounds a bit weird to say, but it's true. Once Eddie Hearn and all these people started getting involved, it didn't really feel special anymore, you know? It felt kind of different. It didn't really feel like KSI and Logan. It felt like KSI and professional brands and professional fighters with Logan. I don't know how to describe it, but it was just like that. I feel like it was a bigger spectacle and it was a better fight. But yeah, I don't know. Me personally, I enjoyed Misfits. I enjoyed Kingpin and, you know, crossover boxing and even social clubs, even though that was a disaster.
In favor of a majority draw.
What?
Absolute fucking robbery.
Then who did that then?
Oh my God. They've given it as a draw. Fuck off, man. Are you fucking kidding me? He won all 5 rounds.
So that one of the judges then must have just gone the other way?
Absolute robbery. Absolute robbery. Absolute fucking disgrace.
Yeah.
This is a fucking disgrace. Absolute robbery. And you know why? I'm gonna fucking tell you why. This is what happened, right? They paid Taylor Holder fucking fortunes to turn up to this shit, and they know he's the money bag for future fucking pay-per-view sales. So they've given it a fucking draw. 38 punches landed to 16. 47 total punches landed to 21 from Big Gibber. It is a joke.
By the way,
this is a fucking disgrace.
Yeah,
if Social Gloves want to maintain any credibility at all, they need to overturn this immediately. Like they need a damage limitation type shit because
they've done so well to build up all the other credibility tonight.
YouTube, they've spent a fuck ton on this and they've lost a lot of money. No one's going to want to fight in this bullshit if you know you're going to get fucked over as soon as you fight one of their fucking money men.
But I have to say, I do prefer the original, YouTube boxing scene. I think it's special because that's where it all started off, really. That's when Floyd started getting involved, possibly Conor McGregor. Professional fighters such as Tyron Woodley and Anderson Silva. Jake Paul went on to beat Anderson Silva, Nate Robinson, Anderson Gabe, who was a prominent figure in this YouTube boxing scene. Jake got to make a career out of it. KSI took 3 years off. And he came back against 2 fighters, one being Swarms the Rapper and Luis Pineda, who was a journeyman at the time. He became a star of his own later on. I do prefer the old YouTube boxing. Not really this new wave, this new version, I wish people like Freeze Temper and King Kenny got into it earlier, because I feel like they would have been even bigger stars at this time. Slim was around, Fuzi Tuba and Adam Saleh. They were all around, but they came in a little too late, if you ask me. I remember it was rumoured that KSI and Adam Saleh were to fight just after Joe Weller as a tune-up to KSI. And here's another thing about this YouTube boxing scene is that KSI and Jake were supposed to fight multiple times before, but for whatever reason, no deal got done.
Jake, everyone already knows in a boxing match, I would beat the shit out of you.
Nah, I'm gonna save that one for KSI.
It's going down! So come show me, motherfucker. Me versus you, Jay Paul, in a boxing match. And we'll see who the better man is. We'll see who the real savage is.
You didn't you?
Just wait.
Little guy.
I thought you...
Yeah, you see your best friend on his planted on his ass
You're
over
worse
there?
than your bro.
Yeah.
You're worse
And
than
you
your bro.
you had to be my
you
had to be my bro by a bad call.
Under my terms, bro.
Hey, I'm A-side. You're ace.
Bro, you fucking suck. Why don't you fucking fight Woodley? Why don't you fight Woodley? Why don't you fight Woodley? He could step in last minute.
I was gonna fight.
If you were gonna fight Woodley, then do it anyway. Do it now. Do it now because he's ready to step in on short notice.
Do it,
You're a bitch.
bro. How am I gonna?
This is why YouTube boxing isn't really the same as it once was as before, And that's fine. Like, not everything has to stay the same. Like, things change, So, yeah, that's my take on it. Let me know if you guys agree down below. Peace.